All right, let's take a look at the current radar across Pennsylvania and into Maryland here. Here you can see precipitation has began to overspread the state of Pennsylvania, moving into New York here, also into Jersey. We do have some snowfall being reported here into central PA, but over here in the south central and southeastern portion of the state right now, it is just rain right now, but it should be changing over to snow within the next few hours. My question is right now, does it stay rain longer? Does the warm air hold on longer, or does the cold air win out sooner? Because there are some models that indicate that the warm air might win out just a little bit longer, and that would cut down on some of the totals. So I'll talk about that here in a second, but let's take a look at the updated snowfall map that I made last night. So here is the updated snowfall map. This is my final call here. We're talking 12 to 18 here in Philly. New York City, you are right on the line of 12 to 18 and 18 to 24. I could see you going either direction. I'm leaning more towards 18, close to 18 inches at this point. But if you get stuck in a heavy band of snow, which there will be a deformation band, which I'll get into here in just a minute, if it sets up over New York City, then New York City, all bets are off. You could easily see over 18 inches. Same with you guys in Boston here. Boston, I have you right on the line, leaning towards 18, but you could go 18 to 24. Portland here up in Maine, 6 to 12. Albany, 6 to 12. Harrisburg right now, Harrisburg, you're in 6 to 12 with 12 to 18 approaching eastern Lancaster and eastern PA. But if that warm air holds on longer and it changes over to snow later, like the HRRR model is showing, then you could easily reduce these totals down to 3 to 6 in this region right in here. And then all these totals would just get shifted eastward. And then Harrisburg, you would be in the 3 to 6. That's if the warm air holds on longer, which is the potential. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if the warm air does hold on longer, which sometimes it can hold on longer. It's a pain to get rid of some warm air sometimes. Then yes, reduce these totals to 3 to 6. Right now, I'm not buying into that. I tend to believe that we are going to get closer to 6 to 12 here and around Harrisburg, with 12 to 18 maybe across eastern Lancaster, points east. And then here into Washington, D.C., also in the 6 to 12 inch region. And then over here in the Appalachians across western Pennsylvania into West Virginia, a region of 6 to 12 here. And then a region of 12 to 18 with a broad region of 1 to 3 stretching all the way from Ohio into western PA, western New York, into Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and then all the way down here into southern Virginia. Now let's take a look at the current weather warnings across the region. Here we have blizzard warnings in red all the way from Bethany Beach into Atlantic City, New Jersey. Philadelphia, you are in a blizzard warning now. That hasn't been seen for quite some time now. New York City, blizzard warning. Bridgeport, Connecticut, just south of Hartford, we're in blizzard warnings here across southern Connecticut. All of Rhode Island, which it doesn't take much to make all of Rhode Island in. I mean, Rhode Island is practically the size of a county, so no surprise that the entire state of Rhode Island is in this blizzard warning. And then up into Boston and obviously up here into Cape Cod. Bill, if you're watching this, Bill Pohl from up in Cape Cod, the one that commented on my post calling me a numbnut, saying that the storm is going to stay south of the Cape. Have fun shoveling, because you're going to have a lot of snow to shovel. And I hope you don't have a snowblower, actually. I hope you just have a shovel. I hope you don't even have a shovel, to tell you the truth. All right, but now winter storm warnings here into Portland, Albany, back into Harrisburg, and then also into Charleston, West Virginia. Now let's take a look at what the models are showing. So here is the NAM 3KM model. This is, again, one of our mesoscale models that we look at. And this is for 10 a.m. this morning. So we're going back in time by about 15 minutes. And here you can see that rain is starting to change to snow across the southern portion of PA. Snow is going to be moving into New York, into northern New Jersey throughout the afternoon and evening hours. And as this coastal storm really starts to crank up and get its gears grinding and moving upwards along the coast, you're going to get a heavy snow band that is going to form somewhere and around this region. And I'll show you here as to why in just a second. But we're going to move this along here. This is 4:10 p.m. tonight. We're talking heavy snow across eastern PA, blizzard conditions along the coast into Philadelphia. This low pressure is really starting to strengthen now. It's rapidly intensifying along the coast. And then moving to 1 a.m. here, we're talking really heavy snowfall rates across New Jersey into Atlantic City, into Long Beach, New Jersey, Long Beach Island here, into New York City, also into Hartford, and then pushing into Boston here at this point. Let's move this along here. This is for tomorrow at 7 a.m. here. We're talking very heavy snow here across the New England region, and then still a band of heavier snow across eastern PA into central PA. It's starting to shut off for you guys here in central PA, including Harrisburg and Lancaster. It will be pushing out of here between around 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. for eastern Pennsylvania tomorrow morning, especially into Harrisburg and Lancaster area. Let's move this along here. You see it starting to break up. This is at 10 a.m. We're talking just snow showers left over here across central Pennsylvania. And then it's still snowing very hard up here into Boston, into Vermont, New Hampshire, into eastern New York, into New York City, Long Island. And we're talking very, very windy. Wind gusts could exceed 50 to 80 miles per hour easily with this storm. So whiteout conditions are expected. And let's move this even further along here. Everyone is in the clear by Tuesday after 7 a.m. And then the cleanup begins and everyone is shoveling, especially you, Bill, up in Cape Cod. I hope you don't have a shovel. Now let's take a look at the HRRR, the HRRR model. That shows a little bit of a different solution, and I'll show you here what's going on with it. So here is the HRRR model, one of our other very reliable mesoscale models, and look what it's doing. So this is at 10 a.m. this morning. It's holding on to that rain here across southern Jersey and then also into south central and southeastern PA, south and east of Harrisburg and around the Harrisburg region. Is holding on to that rain, that warm air, longer than what the NAM is showing. The NAM already has it by this is 4 p.m. Still holding on to that rain. So if the warm air stays in place longer, then we're talking less snowfall totals, and that's when you would have to adjust about 3 to 6 here across central PA, and then shift those totals like 6 to 12 and 12 to 18 further east. I'm not buying into that fully just yet, but it is possible. Just keep that in the back of your mind that it is possible that we only see 3 to 6 if the rain holds on, if the warm air holds out longer. But it's still pretty much the same. It's not fully loaded in here yet, the HRRR model. It's 3 R's. I always forget the third R. That's why I try to say HRRR. But here you can see this is for 11 p.m. tonight. We're talking heavy snow here across eastern PA, into Philadelphia, into New Jersey, Hartford, Connecticut. It's moving into Boston here, New York City, Long Island. And now I want to talk about this heavy snow band here. So here you can see the dark blues here across southern New England into Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, eastern Pennsylvania. And let's look at the upper levels here. We're going to look at the frontogenesis product, which is pretty much the temperature gradient is getting stronger in this region, and you're going to get enhanced upward motion, and that's going to create this heavy snow band somewhere along this region right in here. And that's where you're going to see some of the heaviest snowfall totals, 12 to 18 and 18 to 24, wherever this band is strongest and most persistent here. Looking at the 850 millibar temperature advection, this is where the frontogenesis is at right here. This is the contours right here. And then typically the snow band is located just to the north or northwest of this frontogenesis here at 850 millibars. But then looking at 700, typically it's co-located with the 700 millibar temperature advection and frontogenesis axis here. And look where it is at the surface. Let's move this back here quick. Look where it is, right over top this region right here. And that's why you're going to see some of the heaviest snow totals within this region right in here. If anything changes, I will let you guys know. Stay tuned for any updates. Follow me on Facebook and on X at Geostrophic Flow. I will keep updating throughout the day. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And I'm looking out my window quick, and it looks like I see some snowflakes mixing in. So let's see which model wins out. It's the competition between the HRRR and the NAM 3KM at this point. Let's see.